Hello, everybody, and welcome to Season 2 of the Real or Real podcast. I bet you thought that you were going to get rid of us, but guess what? We're still here. My name is Bone Dragon, and with me, as always, is the ever-lovely
Pixie Dustin.
There you go.
Here I am.
Yay!
I'm awake, I promise.
So, Pixie, how do you feel about us jumping into Season 2?
Yay! Here we are.
For those of you who don't know, we are having some mic issues on Pixie's side.
Oh my goodness.
So until we get a new mic, which is supposed to be coming in, her audio is going to be kind of weird for a minute, but we'll be fine once we get there. Anyway, today we have a special guest with us. That's right. Coming out of the Voodoo Doll, we have one half of Midnight Oil, the Midnight Oil podcast. Today we have with us Tab.
What up, gang? What's poppin'?
All right.
So tell us where you can find Midnight Oil.
So you can find us almost on all socials at Midnight Oil Entertainment. We stream on Twitch every Sunday live our podcasts, and you can find our podcasts on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, wherever you listen, really.
And what does Midnight Oil do? Like, what do you talk about?
We take viewer-submitted stories of anything unexplained. So ghost stories, aliens. If you saw Bigfoot in the woods, you send us that story and we will read it out and talk about it. And we also just talk about, creepy stuff, spooky stuff. One of our last episodes, we talked about the Conjuring universe and Orange. So that's, kind of what you can expect listening to us.
Cough, cough. Ed Warren's a hack. Cough, cough.
True. We did find that out.
But also, Midnight Oil is on their second season, and you can go back and listen to their first season on Spotify and YouTube and all of the podcast places. And it's a little bit different than season 2. They've changed their format a little, but season 1 is also very enjoyable. They just discuss topics of interest.
They researched anything and everything.
Yeah. Just whatever popped into their head, they research it and talk about it.
They just recently did an episode on one of my favorite topics, which is the exorcism of Loch Ness. That whole story, which if you follow my YouTube channel, you'll know that, I did my own episode on that, which it's an interesting story. It really is. I don't care where you get it from, but listen to it on Midnight Oil, listen to it on my YouTube channel, listen to it from anywhere. I don't care. Either way, it's a great story. I love it.
Find the clip from BBC, because I very much enjoyed watching that.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Great.
I like that guy. He was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't help but laugh.
Yeah. That was good. Do we have any content warnings first?
Content warnings for this story. There is mentions of CPS being called unjustly. There's mentions of women's rights in 1920s England. And
I'm glad you put that one in there, because that would trigger me.
Okay.
Women's rights in 1920s England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
a whole Agatha all along type thing. Like I show up in all the various places in history.
I remember that one time.
Yeah.
It has to do with that. It has to do with yeah, that sort of, those sort of situations, those trigger warnings kind of cover that. Yeah, this is very much a story of women in the 1920s being venomous to each other for stupid reasons. So, yeah. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our story.
Let me tell you a story.
Now we are recording again.
Yippee.
Yay.
All right. Mic number 3. Let's go.
Yeah, let's try this again. Okay. All right. So, have any of you ever heard of a little town in England called Lil Hampton?
Absolutely not.
Never.
No, never. Okay.
Of course, I don't know many little English towns.
Well, for those of you who don't know, Lil Hampton is a seaside resort town in the southern part of England. It's now part of Sussex.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it sits right on the English Channel. So yeah, it's about 52 miles south of London, and it is west of Brighton. So yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of London and Brighton.
Yeah. So
I've heard of London.
That's kind of the area that it's in.
It sounds like I've heard of London. I know London.
I know London.
I know Dublin. I know Paris.
Europe.
Hey, got the continent.
I've heard of Europe. All right, so Lil Hampton in 1920s. The police are called by a certain Edith Swan.
Miss Swan.
She's a 30-year-old laundress. She is not a pirate.
She's not the pirate queen?
No. Although I'm pretty sure she wishes she
if
was.
you've only seen the first movie.
Oh, God. How old are those movies?
Hey. We don't discuss the age of the pirates' movies.
We will discuss, and it will happen.
No,
guess what?
We will discuss the story. Continue.
Okay.
Continue with your story.
We are going to discuss the story.
Yes.
All right, so.
Why is the rum gone?
All right, so the police go out, and they pay a visit with Miss Swan. Technically, she is Miss Swan because, she's not married yet. She lives under an overbearing father and a mother who's just, what's the best way I could put this? She's a bit old-fashioned when it comes to
Eccentric?
a woman's place.
A trad wife.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll go with that. Trad wife. All right, so the police show up and sit down with the Swans, and that's when they are made aware of these letters that Edith has been getting for a while. And basically, they are letters that are cussing out Edith and just talking dirty to her and just calling her all kinds of terrible names and stuff.
When was this again?
This was in
Time period?
1920.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So if you know anything about England during the 1920s, you know that it's not like it was in America where everybody was just kind of, whatever, this wouldn't be a big deal. Over in England, they had this idea of everything had to be prim and proper, and you had even the slightest rudeness could be considered illegal, So whereas in America, if this happened in the 1920s,
that kid's got moxie.
Yeah, the police would have showed up. The police would have showed up and been like, big fucking deal.
Yeah.
We've got other stuff to worry about besides this, But in England, it's a big to-do.
It's a big deal. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So, the police asked, they're like, is there anybody that you think that this could be? And Edith's father was like, yeah, we know exactly who it is. And they pointed a finger at their direct neighbor by the name of Rose Gooding. Now, Rose recently got her house, her and her husband, and her daughter, just moved into this house recently. And Rose actually got along really well with Edith. Like, they were friends for like the longest time. And just for some reason, I don't know why, someone from the Swan household had called England's version of CPS, which is the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. From this point, I'm just going to call them CPS because it's easier to say. Someone called CPS on Rose, saying that their daughter was in danger. It was a bad living environment and everything. And the police had gone to go take a look and found that aside from the fact that, Rose and her husband just cussed a lot and were not the most proper people, they were like, the child's not in danger. There's no reason to take the kid.
So had they done anything to make them call CPS, or was it just that they felt like they just were?
We don't know.
Enough.
They weren't. Yeah, they weren't like being presenting them. What am I trying to say? They didn't have the proper decorum.
Right.
Okay. Is that it?
I'm just speculating in this.
Okay.
And saying yes, but there's no record of why the CPS were called.
Okay, so there's no record of them actually doing anything that would warrant them calling.
No.
Okay.
I mean, as far as anyone knows, someone called CPS on the Goodings, and it was very much pointed at, the finger was pointed at the Swans.
Okay, so it's just neighbors feuding.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And for some reason, that happened. And because that happened, that kind of drove a wedge in the friendship between Edith and Rose. Okay. Rose pretty much just said, you know what, if you're going to pull that crap, you're not my real friend. There's something very wrong with you. And then shortly after that, that's when the letters to the Swans started showing up, right? So, Father Swan, whatever his name was, I can't remember, starts pointing the finger at Rose saying she's the one who's doing this stuff, you know. Basically, there's just this whole back and forth where the police are basically trying to say that, you know, we don't know for sure, and the Swans were like, that's definitely who it is. So in a normal situation like that, what would the police do? They would probably try to look for evidence, right? And make sure that it's a thing where, you know, we have the ability to arrest this person, correct?
Well, I mean, it's what they should do.
That's what they should do.
In theory.
In theory, but
I have a feeling that's not what they did.
That's not what they did at all.
Of course not.
Okay.
No. Why would they do that? So,
Burn the witch.
pretty much. Witch. The witch. Anyway, so the police go over and bring Rose in for questioning. I say, in quotation marks, bring Rose in for questioning. Basically, they just went over, arrested her, and put her in jail.
That escalated quickly.
And basically, she couldn't afford the bail, so she had to stay in jail until the court date. Well, during that time, there was a certain officer who was a lady policeman by the name of Moss, Detective Moss. And she started looking at Rose like, you know, she was kind of torn on the situation. You know, this is your perp. This is the person who's supposed to be arrested for this and everything. But something didn't feel right, you know? So she started looking into it, and, you know, they had their court case. And during that day in court, the judge basically said, you know, there's no evidence here. There's no evidence proving one way or the other. So you're just free to go, you know. And so Rose went back home. And of course, this was a whole big thing, right? And even after the court, you know, Detective Moss was looking into this because, like, you know, she's like, I don't like this. It doesn't feel good, you know? And she was trying to get the other detectives to back her up on it, but, you know, it's 1920s England.
I didn't know ladies were allowed to be police officers or detectives.
It was a new program back then.
Oh, okay.
It was a new program where they were starting to allow women police officers, but basically they were just, you know, they were glorified secretaries.
Do the paperwork, make me a cuppa.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's why she wasn't getting listened to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, finally, she just decided, fine, I'll do it myself. And she started looking at the evidence, and she took a letter that everybody knows, like it's very obviously, you know, from Rose that she had written. And she took one of these letters and compared the handwriting and found that they did not match. So Detective Moss's finding was that there's no way that Rose could have done this, you know? So she starts looking into it and everything. And meanwhile, Rose comes home to her husband and her daughter, and they pretty much know immediately that they're getting blamed for this, even though they're not the ones that did it. But Rose and Bill were known to be that couple, the one that's always, causing issues and arguing with each other and just basically being rough around the edges, as opposed to everybody else around them. It is believed that Rose was very Irish. So that was a whole thing.
There are so many jokes I could make, but I'm not going to.
Yes, please.
Because I'm going to be nice.
I
don't want to offend our Irish listeners.
Let's not offend
Honestly,
my
the
ancestors.
things that I would say probably wouldn't offend them. They'd probably be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. All right, so so Rose comes home and she's reunited with her family, and her case she wasn't found guilty or innocent. She was basically told there's not enough evidence, which in England basically means the police now need to go find more evidence against this person so we can have another court case. Okay? So Rose goes home. The police are looking for more evidence or whatnot. And the Detective Moss is trying to actually piece all this together to find out what's going on. Whereas the rest of the police force are like, okay, we need confirmation bias. We need evidence to confirm that Rose is the one who's doing this crap. Okay? So letters.
Would she just try her as, like, you're guilty of being a hater?
What?
Boy, you think so.
I think maybe it falls under harassment and maybe being lewd because she's using foul language.
That's pretty much what it was. It was the decency laws that they were falling under.
But it seems like that would be you're a hater.
Yeah.
I'm sending you to jail.
How dare you?
So mean to me.
Life sentence for saying the F word.
Jesus.
All right, so Rose comes home, and that's when the letters start popping off again. Except now it's no longer just to Edith. It's now to other members of the community.
What?
And it's somehow
everybody now.
Somehow they are able to tell these people about things that they're doing that no one should know about. Okay? So, like, they're pointing out that, Mr. So-and-so is having an affair with Mrs. such and such, and, making fun of them for it. Just basically just sending out letters to all these different people within the community and calling people out on their little secrets, So
Town stalker.
It's a cross between a burn book and Lady Whistledown.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I guess so. I'm aware of what a burn book is, but okay.
Lady Whistledown is Bridgerton. She's the one who tells everyone's gossip in the ton.
What is the name of the person on Gossip? Was it Gossip Girl?
That is something that I've never watched.
I've also never watched that.
Yeah.
Probably because we're intelligent. Or what was it?
Amongst yourselves.
Pretty Little Liars.
Oh, A?
Oh, A, yeah.
Yeah.
A
yeah, there we go.
The one.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
You know, someone who knows everyone's.
My dad.
Yeah, that's a good
Start
analogy.
murdering people.
Yeah. So.
Got a secret, gonna keep it. Okay, now that song stuck in my head. Thank you.
I know, right? But, okay, so basically, what was once just a minor issue between, you know, two people or whoever was doing this, has now become a community issue, which means that this is no longer just, you know, a decency thing. Now it is a community issue. Someone is terrorizing this town. So while the police are looking at Rose, Detective Moss is looking at the entire case as a whole, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Well, eventually, she starts to notice, she's like, you know what? Let's take a look at the handwriting. Let's see if anybody has any kind of handwriting that, you know, you're able to
match the letters,
up
the bad
something,
letters.
you know, yeah. And that's when...
I'm assuming handwriting analysis wasn't a thing then.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
I mean, it was starting to become a thing, but
Right.
like pretty much it's the same deal as when, you know, doctors started washing their hands. The ones that were washing their hands were getting made fun of by the ones that didn't.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah. So Detective Moss is going around trying to get samples of as many types of handwriting that she could find, you know? And eventually she found that there was a certain letter on many signs around town, like business signs, that match.
You mean like a letter from the alphabet?
Yes.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
she found...
Well, I mean, it's a story about writing letters. So
Right. No. I get that.
I was a little confused there for a second. Okay.
No, I get that.
All right. A letter from the
Okay,
alphabet.
so
Got it. Okay.
She found that the letter G on many signs around town match the letter G from the letters. So she surmised that whoever had written these letters is probably the same person who made these signs. And she's thinking, okay, if I could just find out who made these signs, that might lead me where I need to go. Okay.
Why do I feel like it's the husband? Like he just wants to be a catty little guy.
Rose's husband?
Yes.
Husband?
Yes.
Like it's a whole conspiracy to get her put in jail.
Yeah. So
Then
he
he's stuck with her kid, though.
Yeah, I know, right? Because
Well,
he's going to take...
he could. Yeah, he could just run off, I guess.
Well, I guess he could, but
Yeah,
I don't know. From what I gather,
it's a good theory, though.
he was a bricklayer. So
Oh well, there you go.
I don't know if he has... yeah. But okay, so...
Didn't we do a story last season about a bricklayer
Yeah.
that got attacked by a ghost? No, wait, they thought he was the ghost.
They thought he was
Yeah.
the ghost. And
Is this guy a ghost?
one could only wish. But
That would make sense as to how he does
That'd make-
everybody's business if he's actually a ghost writing the letters.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right,
He's called
so
Okay.
about this time, the Swans then put out another complaint on Rose because the letters are now going around to everybody, right? So, of course, everybody is now pointing their finger at Rose. And Rose is like, I didn't do any of this. I don't know what you're talking about. And so, just to kind of get people to shut up, the police come and arrest Rose again. Okay? But instead of just being a minor nuisance this time, she's now up on charges of like, big deal. This is a this is a big problem. You could be going to jail for a long, long time.
Say, it's a good thing that this didn't happen in the United States of America, because police would have a couple really big lawsuits after all these shenanigans of
absolutely
arresting this lady with no proof.
Yeah. But so Detective Moss now realizes, okay, I don't think Rose did it. So I am now in a race against time to find out who really did this so that we can get Rose out of jail. And not now that it is a much bigger charge, Rose's past is being dug up. What type of person she is. Because you got to remember, in England at that time, when you were put on trial, it wasn't just a case of, did you do the crime? It's also, they're looking at your character. They're looking at what type of, person you are, what are your habits. You as a person are now on trial, not just for the crimes, but, do you cuss too much? Do you smoke and drink and do all that stuff? It's an incredibly unfair way of trying someone for a crime, but that's pretty much how it was back then. So Detective Moss is like, okay, I need to figure out what's going on with this. I need to follow this lead, and we're going to find out who the person actually is. Well, she digs into the records and whatnot and finds out that there is one person in town that was the, I forget what the actual title is, but the person who paints signs for businesses. There's one person.
I believe that would be a sign maker.
Sure. Or anymore, they're called like graphic designers and whatnot, which I should know because guess what? Guess what I am?
Yeah, I think it probably did have like some type of name anyway, because like England likes to give weird names for things like, haberdashers and and hatters and
what did sign makers used to be called? Oh, okay. Yeah, they're sign makers. Yeah. All right. Cool. So
not as fun to say as haberdasher, but okay.
No, not. But still. So yeah, they found out that there was one sign maker in town.
Cobbler. Cobbler's a fun word too.
Cobbler.
Yeah.
See, now
cobbler.
Now one some apple cobbler.
Raspberry cobbler.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, triple berry cobbler's good.
Okay, I'm diabetic, you guys. We gotta stop that. Okay.
All right.
Anyway, so
can we pause? I have to I'm gonna shit my pants.
Yes, go.
Can we not cut that? Can we leave that in?
Yes, absolutely. I'll be right back.
Continuing on.
All right, so Detective Moss finds out that there is just one sign maker for the entire town, right? And she does a little bit digging, and guess who it is?
Rose's husband?
No. Tab, would you like to give a guess?
Is it somebody from the Swan family?
It is.
Is it?
Daddy Swan.
Is it?
So Daddy Swan was the one who was making all the signs. And the G matched the letters from the sign, the letter G from the sign, and the letter G from the letters matched.
Yeah, he seems like an angry little man. I think that tracks.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But okay, so but of course, Detective Moss, being the good police officer that she is, as opposed to the other scumbags that are there, a cab except for Detective Moss, she's like, okay, I have to see this for myself. I had to double check this. So she goes, and under the guise of taking another statement about the letters, she goes to talk to Mr. Swan. And while she's there, she's noticing that he's writing something. And his G's do not match. And she's like, something's not right about that. So just out of curiosity, she said, hey, I'm thinking about having some signs made. Just out of curiosity, do you know anyone that does anybody help you with your signs? And he says, well, yes, my daughter helps me make my signs.
Oh my God, this two-timing bitch.
Yeah. So,
attention whore.
So Detective Swan has now figured out that it is Edith who's writing these letters to herself and to everyone else in town. But once again, she has to prove it, right? And she's got to do so before Rose's court date. All right. So what she does is I swear, it's like something out of Ocean's 11.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, she hatches this plan with the post office that she is going to have a specific stamp sold to Edith Swan. Whenever she comes in to do letters, she's got a certain book of stamps with invisible ink on the stamps.
Okay, wait. So she's planted a stamp that she's made with invisible ink into the post office to be sold to Edith when she comes in.
Yes.
All right.
Is this entrapment?
I think it is. I think it is.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Entrapment is defined as whenever you force someone to commit a crime that they would not normally commit, and just to kind of push them into being caught for it. Okay? That's entrapment.
It does seem wrong, though.
It a little bit, it could be, but here's the thing. If Edith was not sending these letters, then it doesn't matter because, she's not, the stamps that they're using are not going towards the letters, which basically means that Edith would not be guilty of it.
So it could also prove her innocence.
Yeah, it could. But that's the difference between entrapment and doing some shady stuff to catch the perp. Okay? It's that entrapment is one of those fine lines that cops really just have to walk, Plus, once again, this is a time when cops are pretty much allowed to do whatever the hell they want, and nobody will do anything about it.
Has there ever been a time when that's not the case?
Well, no, but this is a time where they could just come out and do it blatantly.
Has there ever been a time when that's not the case?
Okay.
All right, moving on.
Anyway, so So Edith comes in to the post office, gets these stamps that she thinks are just stamps, puts them on this stack of letters and drops them into the mailbox right outside the post office. Well, as soon as she does, Detective Moss comes out with one of the what do they call them? Post generals?
Postmaster?
I
don't know.
We call them postmasters here. I'm not sure what they call them in England. Oh, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. So Detective Moss comes out with a postmaster. They open up the box and they pull out one of the letters, or they pull out a nice stack of letters. And one of the letters from Edith, they open it up and it's a letter to her aunt. Just normal everyday thing, okay, cool. Well, shit, who's to say that she did it? But then they opened up another letter that she had just mailed out. And guess what it was? It was one of the libel letters. And so Edith then says, well, you can't prove that that was me. There's no way you could prove that that was me. So Detective Moss then takes a lighter and just kind of warms up the stamp a little bit, and that invisible ink becomes visible.
Science.
Yeah. So that was enough to prove that Edith Swan was the one who had done this.
Wow.
She's a little gossip gal.
Yeah. And they come to find out that, like, it was just, her life was just so incredibly boring.
That's what I was going to ask. Did they find out why? Was it because she was just bored?
She was just bored. She just, nothing else to do in her life,
She wasn't married.
She just wanted to cause drama,
Okay.
But yeah.
Do you have any examples of the letters that she wrote? This is important.
None that I could
For
read.
science.
None that I could read on this podcast. No. Yeah.
Are we not cussing on the podcast this season?
I am not. I'm trying not to cuss on the podcast this season.
Okay.
I'll do it all over my YouTube channel, but I'm not doing it on here.
Okay,
yeah, we are a true crime / paranormal show, but at the same time, I'd like for anybody to be able to listen to us and not, yeah.
Can you add the SpongeBob bleeps?
Dolphin. The dolphin.
I can't even make this.
Okay, we're going to take that sound clip and that's going to be it.
Perfect.
All right, so.
Or should we do the pterodactyl instead?
Jesus. Oh my God.
Maybe that's the one.
Woman, you're already peeking out. You do not know.
I didn't even lean in, man. I leaned back to do that.
No. Anyway.
It's past my bedtime. All right. So
basically, this was proved that Edith was the one, and they let Rose go, and Edith had to have her day in court. Basically, her situation was that they said that she did this because she was insane. There was something wrong with her. She needs help. She does, not just, being tossed in jail. Jail's not going to fix this issue. Okay.
An asylum.
I think that's
Yeah.
what I was going to say. During this time period, that's probably her only option.
Yeah.
Jail or the asylum. Bedlam.
But yeah, she was.
Send her to Bedlam.
That's pretty much what they did.
Yeah.
She was convicted, and being sent to an insane asylum back then is not like being sent to a mental hospital now. Okay, you might as well have gone to jail.
You probably would have been better off going to jail.
Probably would have been better off going to jail, because then you could say, okay, I'm only going to be here for this long. So she was sent off, and Rose and her husband Bill and their daughter moved away to another part of town to get away from all this dumb crap. Okay. Rose lived until December of 1968, when she died at her daughter's house near Eastbourne in East Sussex. Swan, Edith Swan, she did her time. She, did what she was supposed to do and everything, and got out of jail and had to go live in what they call a residential home, which is basically just like, I've got nowhere else to go, so the government sticks me in this home with all these other people type situations.
How long was she locked up for?
Let's see here. How long was she locked up for?
Any amount of time is crazy. Like, could you imagine that? Like, the jails would be overflowing if you locked people up for sending anonymous gossip, cursing messages to other people. I mean, that's every social media site out there. I mean,
She was just the New York Times.
all of Reddit would be gone.
She was put in jail, or she was put in this asylum in 1923. I'm trying to see where it says she served her full time. It says she served her full time, but I don't see.
What it was.
Yeah.
If it was anything over than like a year,
I'm sure it probably was.
that's crazy.
It was probably a few years at least.
Because what do you mean she sent a letter saying, oh, you smell like crab legs, and I'm like, hey. And then suddenly,
Your baby's face looks like crab rangoon.
Jesus Christ, man. That's rough.
Well, I'm trying to do it without
I mean,
missing.
you can do some clean ones that are just really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I don't see where they're saying how long the sentence was, but
Mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
But it's saying that she appealed like many times, and every one of her appeals were denied.
Well, I mean, yeah, because she did it.
Yeah,
But still,
she did.
it's not like she was really hurting anybody.
No, but at the same time, it's it's causing a problem for the community.
I mean, I guess you could look at it the same as like the cyberbullying now.
Yeah.
She was bullying her community by saying things in letters anonymously.
Yeah. But so she died at this residential home in 1959 at the age of 68. So yeah, Edith Swan died then. Rose outlived her because she died in 1968, and Edith died in 1959 at the age of 68. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Kind of confused myself there for a minute.
Got 68 going on too many places.
Yeah, I know, right?
6, 7.
So,
No,
6, 7,
no,
6,
no,
7.
no. Stop it. Tab, this is your mother.
hey, I twin. That's enough, twin.
All right. So that is our story. Pixie and Tab. Do you think that this is real, R-E-A-L, which is why we call it an A, or do you think that it is real as in R-E-E-L, which we call an E?
I think it was real.
As do I.
Okay, which real?
100%. No cap.
Oh God. I'm gonna go A, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. This just seems really weird. I could go either way.
This sounds like something that happened in Ohio. The Ohio letters.
The Ohio letters.
Y'all
the
ever heard
Watcher
of it?
thing?
I don't
Oh, right.
talk
The,
about
the one where that town, the people in that town kept getting letters from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was like watching their house or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they make a movie about that?
They did. They've made a couple
But
movies
that
about
was a
it and
real
a
thing
series.
that happens, but
Hey, there's this new show on Netflix that's called Neighbors. This would be a good one for that.
yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I'll go with E then. I'm gonna say this is R-E-E-L, real.
all right. So Tab, you think that this really happened, and Pixie, you think that this is a fictional story.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's made up,
All right.
just for the
You-
sake of being different.
You are both correct.
Oh.
What?
This is a situation that really happened in 1920 in Little Hampton, England. I did not change names. I did not change locations or anything. This is the actual story of what happened. So yes, this really did happen.
Wow.
Let's see here. What's it say? In 1975, 1975?
I hear your mouth scrolling. Are you looking for your birth date? Are you scrolling for your life there, buddy?
Sure. No,
Looking for the year you were born? Spin that wheel.
no. In 1975, this case was brought before English lawmakers as a reason why they need to reconsider their libel laws. You know, so that helped to bring a whole lot of changes to the way that law enforcement happened and the way that court cases went down in England. So it did a lot more good than it did hurting people. In 2023, there was a movie starring Olivia Colman
Oh, I like
Jesse Buckley called Wicked Little Letters, and it was based on this story. It's a very dark, like, black comedy that was made in England.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. It's a pretty good movie. I like it. I like it a lot. So
If we ever get a Patreon, that's like one of the things we should do. If we like talk about a movie or whatever, you know,
we should watch it.
we should do a watch it with me on Patreon.
There you go. That sounds
Do a
good.
watch party on Patreon.
That'd be fire.
Yeah.
We'll have to start doing that.
Yeah. I would say probably for the first year or so, we'd be watching stuff by ourselves, but hey.
No, that's okay. I'm sure, somebody will come along eventually. All right, well, that is our story. And we found out that our guest Tab and Pixie were both right.
I think that's cheating.
That's not
was
cheating.
real and real.
It was real.
You did it to me before.
It is now the Real and Real podcast.
The Real and Real podcast, where we talk about movies based on things that really happened.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Hey, new premise for season 2. No, not really.
We'll do a spin-off show for the Patreon or whatever.
No.
If we ever get a Patreon.
No.
All right. All right, everybody.
I just want to make more Halloween specials.
I know, that was fun.
Yeah, it was.
That was fire.
Yeah. All right, Tab. So where can people find you?
You can find me under just Tab WTF. And you can find Midnight Oil under Midnight Oil or Midnight Oil Entertainment.
You're also on Twitch, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And that is where Midnight Oil streams every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch.
Yes.
11 p.m.
11
Why did I
p.m.
say 6? Okay, let me do that again.
Because ours started at 6.
It is absolutely past my bedtime.
Yes.
Past my bedtime.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming in.
Wait, no.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And Twitch is where Midnight Oil streams every Sunday evening at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So catch them over there.
You realize that I'm not going to cut this.
Any of this?
Any of that.
Oh, what if I start cussing? Maybe you'll cut it then.
No, I'll just put those dolphin clicks over it.
Wait, make the voodoo doll fart right now.
You farting like crazy?
Yeah, still. Yeah.
All right. Well.
Maybe
all right, everybody.
Maybe you could censor us with the sound from the spirit box.
There we go. Or the EVPs that we caught. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
am Jeff. I am Liar.
All right. So, if you like this show, then why not give us a like and subscribe wherever you get your podcast from, because we're pretty much everywhere now. Trying to get big enough that they'll let us onto Netflix also, because a whole bunch of podcasts are going to Netflix. That'd be nice. If you want to support the show, then we have a merch shop that you can go to. Our merch shop can be found at Crojan Designs, CROWJAN Designs.com. And we're working on the actual, I'm working on building a website specifically for this show. So that may change soon, but yeah. Anyway, thank you all for listening, and please keep in mind that we are an independent, we're an independent podcast, and we rely on everyone letting their friends know, or word of mouth, or basically you help us to make this show happen. So if you like this show, then, tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your enemies. I don't know. Tell
your dog.
Tell God.
Pray on it.
All right, everybody. So, say
Once
bye.
Again, thank you, Tab from Midnight Oil, for joining us.
Say bye-bye, Tab.
Bye.
All right. And until next episode, be sure to
keep it real.
Okay.
You should leave that in and have like the voodoo doll just like take off from the table like a rocket with like just propelled by shit coming out of it. Just and then and then have it come back and go back to like nothing ever happened. All right, continuing on.
Just leaving like a shit streak across the room.
Yeah.
That just stays there for the rest of the episode.
Yeah. Across the back of the curtains. It just goes, this just takes off like a rocket.
Or Tom comes in and cleans it up.
Trail of shit.
Oh, God.
And it just stays streaked across the curtain in the background. Yes.